Are you in or out of balance? This is an interesting and important question to consider if you're wanting more ease, good relationships, and a sense of personal freedom in your life. Inner balance is not a static state. We are constantly moving in and out of balance. But take a moment to consider, how effective are you at regaining your balance? If you're great at it, wonderful. If not, stay tuned. We have some great information for you. No one wants to feel out of control. So how do we bring ourselves back into balance when unexpected things happen?
Most people don't realize that behavior falls into 4 categories: actions, thoughts, feelings, and the body, also referred to as physiology. When you're feeling out of balance, upset, or frustrated, what is the easiest way to regain balance? The answer lies in understanding what we have the most control of and what we have the least control of. So, what do you have the most control of? Actions are what most people are familiar with, and this includes all the things we physically do. We pretty much have 100% control of our actions. Next, in terms of control, are our thoughts. We have a significant amount of control, but not 100%. For example, if you're lying awake at 3 a.m. trying not to think or worry, it's clear that thoughts are sometimes really hard to control. We have even less direct control of our feelings. Have you ever tried to change your feelings and failed miserably? Or even worse, have you had someone else tell you to change your feelings, as if it's that easy? Lastly, our body, or physiology, is the hardest to control. Once you have a headache or an upset stomach, it is very difficult to change it.
Now that we've identified the 4 categories of behavior, let's add one more element. Imagine there's a water line between your thoughts and feelings. Actions and thoughts are above water, while feelings and physiology are below. To stay above water requires the use of actions and thinking. As we said, we have significant control of our thinking, which is the good news. Unfortunately, we can also choose thoughts that take us underwater into more distressing feelings. This creates what we call a thinking and feeling spiral, where thoughts take you deeper and deeper underwater. Negative thoughts generate negative feelings, which then generate more negative thoughts. This pattern is often called catastrophizing, or imagining a worst-case scenario. Do you recognize the thinking-feeling spiral in your life? Once you're in the grip of unpleasant feelings, it's really hard to shift out of them unless you know what to do. Your feelings are linked to your thoughts. You might question this idea, especially if you're a feeling person. But what neuroscience tells us is what fires together wires together, which means a thought and a feeling, once they're wired together, stay linked. This is how a feeling can seem to emerge without any conscious thought. In fact, even when a feeling arises by itself, a thought was needed to access that feeling in the beginning. Once the neural pathway has been grooved, just like a superhighway, it runs fast and effortlessly.
Despite not having direct control, our feelings are still very important because they give us information on how well we're functioning. Like the check engine light on the dashboard of our car, we don't want to ignore it. Often we downplay or even dismiss negative feelings. This suppression doesn't serve us because the feelings build up, creating internal pressure, and this can lead to blowing up or depression. Changing our physiology takes even more time and requires direct action. Whether it's a headache, an upset stomach, or overall tension in the body, you can't just wish it away. You need to take actions such as resting or sleeping, getting outdoors or going for a walk, meditating or deep breathing, or perhaps a massage. Here are some warning signs you're underwater. Negative feelings like anger, hurt, resentment, or guilt. Body sensations like tension, exhaustion, aches and pains. Looping negative thoughts that spiral you even further down. Behaviors like worrying, blaming, and self-criticism.
When you are upset, what helps you calm down? Many people have discovered that when they do an action, it helps to change their feelings. When they are angry or upset, they do behaviors like cleaning, cooking, baking, mowing the lawn, taking a shower, or going for a walk. When people are under a lot of stress, they tend to do these familiar behaviors, or they find ways of distracting themselves with TV, video games, surfing the net, books, and movies. These activities work because they change your thinking, which in turn changes your feelings and your physiology. But be careful, because you can overdo these behaviors and disconnect from your life. Knowing that you can use your thoughts and your actions to regain balance is your superpower. Without understanding this information, people often compound the problem. It can start with one person being upset, who then gets upset with someone else and causes a domino effect. The collateral damage starts happening with unintended consequences when things go easily from bad to worse. If you want good connections with others, the first step is always to get yourself in balance.
Here are the most important ideas to remember. Actions and thoughts are where you have the most control. Watch out for the thinking-feeling spiral that can drive you even further out of balance. Feelings and physiology are the hardest to change, and they require direct action to shift them. Lastly, your feelings and physiology are very important signals. They tell you how well you're functioning. Don't ignore them. Life is not static, and neither is balance. It's natural for people to go in and out of balance. Going out of balance is not wrong or bad. It's an opportunity to take responsibility and learn about yourself. So the real question is, are you effective at regaining your balance? A great life is created moment by moment. So when you take control of your inner balance, you start down the path to being the creator of your life.